Hey, welcome everyone back to another video. Yesterday we got some pretty big news regarding the Steve the Stormtrooper / Clone Trooper saga. We of course, Cool Guy released a video yesterday, about 10 minutes long. He gave us big news that we are getting 3, possibly 4, if he wants to do one series, which I'll be getting into later in the video. For Steve the Stormtrooper. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about is the Steve the Clone Trooper anthology. Sorry, I keep messing that up. But yeah, it's going to... We don't know how many episodes it's going to have, but we do know the first 2 episodes are going to be about Commander Themeron. Or the first episode is going to be about Commander Themeron. Which is going to tell us, his backstory, which is very anticipated because I've been wanting to know his backstory for a very long time. It's going to tell us, how and why he's working with the Sidious, if he has an inhibitor chip, and just, overall how possibly explain Sidious's plan, like actually show us Sidious's plan with Steve. So yeah, I think that would be pretty cool, or show us more of it. But yeah. And then the second episode, of course, is going to be probably, the main character, the second main character in the whole series. We haven't even got a backstory on. We're finally getting a backstory on Bob, the ARC Trooper. Now, this is going to show us possibly, his squad, how they died, how, this leads him to become an alcoholic and stuff like that. Because remember, the first, I think, the second or third episode in Steve the Clone Trooper, the first season, showed us Bob, becoming an alcoholic and stuff. Or, was an alcoholic, so he got demoted from his rank of ARC Trooper. But yeah, I keep mumbling. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this. This series is going to be good. We don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but I think it might be a decent amount, especially since Cool Guy has invested all that money into these Clone Wars sets, which are, they don't really make a lot of them anymore. We got it, a couple sets, I think, a summer or 2 ago, but yeah, that's really all we got. And we could possibly see the Bad Batch or more of the Clone Commandos, and yeah, my theory that we might see Slither, get one on Slither, because I'd love to see his backstory, and possibly get a full episode of just the 675th Clone Legion or Battalion, whatever it was. If you guys don't know what that is, that was the orange clones that were in the Last Hope Clone Wars segment. So yeah, I'm really hyped for this, and yeah, I just want to show you the next section and what's that all about. Then there's going to be another series, there will be a small mini-series following the events after The Last Hope. The series will be following Pieter Demphis and Amadeus Adolf, which I'm glad to see we get to see them again. And the series will be called Star Wars Resistance at War, this series will be either 4 to 5 episodes long, and Cool Guy's not sure if there's going to be a second season or not. And scripts are being written right now. He has 1 episode done and ready for lines, and this series will probably not be released until beginning of next year, so 2022, early 2022. And this will fill in the gaps between The Rise of Skywalker and after The Rise of Skywalker. And Cool Guy has already written the first episode out, and will be doing the voice acting for it very soon, as that's what he said in this video. So yeah, pretty hyped for that. Now, I really had a feeling that we'd be getting a series like this, since we were introduced to these 2 new First Order characters, which are called Colonel Zerings and Agent Vlad. I don't know if I pronounced those right, but yeah. And who are actually going to be the main protagonists in this for the series, which I'm pretty excited to see how the First Order keeps going after The Rise of Skywalker, or during it. Because we don't know. He said it's going to take place it's going to fill the gaps in between The Rise of Skywalker and after The Rise of Skywalker. So I assume the First Order is possibly still, kind of functioning how, we saw the Empire with Jakku, after the Emperor died. How the First Order is going to keep going. And I'm pretty excited. A lot of people hate the sequel trilogy, but Cool Guy did such a good job with the sequel trilogy in the series before, and I'm really happy to see it again. And I'm actually pretty hyped. This is probably going to be my favorite one to watch, next to the other project, which we will get into. Then there's going to be the final third part to the Death Trooper trilogy, which if you haven't seen, it is an amazing amazing story arc. I think it spans into 2 seasons, 1 and 2, but it's an amazing story arc. I would love to see Cool Guy like remaster it, especially since that was some of his early work, and for his earlier work that was pretty good. Now this project will be called Star Wars Sin of the Empire, which I'm really hyped for. This will be, all we know so far is that it takes place after Return of the Jedi. It's very early in development. There are no scripts or anything, and no scripts have been written, nothing. It just, wants to make this, so I'm pretty hyped for that. And it will be a part of this Steve the Stormtrooper anthologies, along with one more episode for Steve the Stormtrooper anthologies we have nothing about. Didn't tell us anything about that, so yeah. Overall, I would be pretty hyped for this. Now, there is one more series that Cool Guy doesn't even know if he's going to make, but I really hope he does. He doesn't even have a title or anything for it, but I really hope he makes it. It's going to be a series about Steve and Bob, takes place after season 3, but before season 4 of Steve the Stormtrooper. It'll be about Steve and Bob on Tatooine, what they do. Now, I really hope that if he does do this, we get to see the return of the characters of, like, Ben Astor, who's the radio podcaster kind of guy. I really liked him. And Thorgon, the landlord. And, of course, the return of everyone's favorite suicidal battle droid, Roger Dodger. Now, we don't actually know if the series is going to happen, like I said, but I really hope it does, because I would love to see, because there's a bunch of stories hinted at, in the first episode of season 4 about, Steve and Bob go Tusken Raider hunting, and Steve freaks the frick out, or fuck out. And I would love to see Bob get Steve in debt with IG-88, or a drunk Steve, and how and I would love to see how Steve and Bob got Roger Dodger and what they did with him. But yeah, I would absolutely love to see this series. Now, we also will be getting a behind the scenes kind of little clip, and a 101 facts video possibly could be happening too with this Cool Guy series. Now, I really can't wait for that. And also we'll be getting a bloopers video, because he's been collecting bloopers for the past 3-4 years, and he has a bunch of them, and he's going to release it soon, hopefully. Got a little behind the scenes clip of it, and I really hope we get that soon. So yeah, but I think that's really everything. I'm really hyped for all these new projects. I of course still need to film Pieter. I'm about to film it. My phone's at 98, so I'm gonna start filming it right after I upload this and edit it and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't wait for these new series. If you guys like the video, please do like the video, of course. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you guys can see more of my videos.